we're live. For everyone watching this back, welcome to episode 4 of Disasters with Anna. So today is a all Rosemary themed episode. I have like a bunch of rosemary right here in front of me, and it's crazy. It's so fragrant. I don't think I knew what I was getting into when I decided to do a rosemary themed episode. So we will see how it goes. I'm just slicing up some peaches right now. Just wait for do the prep work. Wait to get started. Started a couple minutes early. Hi Daniel. All the eyes in the chat. Rosemary, yeah, look, it's this whole bunch of rosemary. It's so fragrant. It is so strong. Yeah, I really think I really didn't know what I was doing. You know, it's like dill was kind of like, I mean, dill can be very strong, like the spice I did in last week's episode. But it's really not like, I don't know. People say that dill is like such a strong flavor. And I was kind of like, I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, I used an entire half of a cup, in like one salad and was like, okay, this isn't so bad. So, it's going to be hard, but we'll get it done. Yes, exactly. That is the attitude that I like. Yep. Oh my gosh. These peaches, these like fresh peaches, are so good. So good. They're in season right now, and the farmer's market every Saturday here in Williamsport has a ton of them. And I've just been getting creative about like everything I'm using them for. I feel like I'm looking at like every single thing I'm making and being like, okay, how can I put peaches into it? Okay. Yeah, we'll give it like a few more minutes before we get started. Happy Friday, everybody. I feel like it's such a weird Friday today. I don't know why, but maybe every Friday is weird now, but I do feel like today did not feel like a Friday. I don't know what day it did feel like. Maybe a Thursday? All right. Oh my gosh. Look, this entire container of just like fresh cut peaches. So good. Next, so I am just like dicing things up for the recipe that we need. Today we are making, like I said, it's a rosemary themed episode, but it's, it feels like a Saturday. How's your day going? How's your Friday, not Friday, going? So, oh my God, wow. I don't know. Okay, is rosemary like incense a thing? Because I feel like when I smelled the rosemary at first, I was like, ooh, I want to burn this and like burn it all over my house. But maybe that's just me. Like maybe that's just weird. I don't know. It smells like it could be like some kind of incense though. You're hella sleepy. Oh my gosh, I was so tired this morning. I slept in. Oh, I feel like ashamed to admit it almost. Like I'm like, I can't remember the last time I did this. I slept in until 11, I think. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's like 11 o'clock. Shouldn't I be like doing things? And then I was like, well, I mean, I don't have to be doing anything. I don't have to. So, so what I'm doing with the rosemary here, again, I said I'm just kind of chopping things, getting it ready for the recipe. So I am kind of peeling these little individual rosemary leaves off of this larger stem because we don't want the stem in there. Again, rosemary is already super duper strong. Oh, hey. Oh, that's Laura, right? Hi, Laura. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. But yeah, so I'm just peeling these like rosemary leaves off of this larger stem because again, rosemary is so strong. Got to be careful. And then I'm going to chop it pretty finely for our recipe, but we're not going to add it until like it's one of the last steps to actually add the rosemary. So I'm just getting everything ready right now. But we definitely want very fine rosemary little slices because otherwise they're going to be biting into a muffin and just get like accosted with rosemary flavor. Which I mean, maybe if that's what you're looking for, then go right ahead, be my guest, and use the biggest chunks of rosemary that you would like to. But and we want about a tablespoon of like finely chopped rosemary. So I'm just going to show you here, like, see the tiny little pieces. Oh, chopped it up. So it's a little wet at the moment, but yeah, very fine. I'm going to put it in a little bowl. Woo, lay it off to the side. Oh my gosh. And then my hands just smell like so aromatic. It's crazy. It smells so good. Oh, yes, it is Laura. Hi. Laura, I was asking earlier, have you ever heard of any kind of like rosemary incense? Because this almost smells like it could be a really good incense to me. I don't feel like I've heard of anything like that, but I was like, man, it's so aromatic. All right. Rosemary for plague masks? Wait, Daniel, is that really a thing? Wait, is that a joke? Oh, okay. Haven't heard of rosemary incense, but it'd be a good one. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. See, I was like, oh, it would be amazing incense. All right, apron on. Everything is chopped up. Got a drink in hand. I am starting off with some, it's like pear bubbly cider. I've been craving cider. I feel like sometimes when it gets really hot, all I want is like some kind of carbonation. And excuse me, that's what kind of day it was. So, all right, I'm gonna move our cutting board out of the way. We have chopped up, so I've chopped up about, let me think, this is about 3 peaches. They were fairly large because we want like about 2 cups of fresh peaches. You can use canned. If you use canned, you should definitely make sure you strain like the juice off of. You don't want that. And frozen, I mean, if you thaw them, that's okay too. But I mean, fresh is the best, really. And then we've got about a tablespoon's worth of finely chopped rosemary. So move the cutting board out of the way. And we're going to get started. So as I said before, this is a rosemary themed episode. We're going to be making peach rosemary muffins. I'm so excited. I've done a similar kind of recipe to this, but I have never done this recipe. So it's just really like this could be a disaster. It really could. No, I did try out the drink ahead of time because I'm like, all right, I can mentally handle one disaster per episode. So I tried the drink out ahead of time, and that's already proven to be good. So, you know. All Okay, so muffins first, and then the cocktail while the muffins are baking. Disasters abound. Yeah, hi Kyle. Hey. Okay, Daniel, no kidding. They'd fill plague doctor masks with spices and herbs to create a good scent. Ooh, and then rosemary was believed to ward off the stench of corpses. Wow. Oh my gosh. Hey, we're all getting a rose. Oh, thank you. Grammy is arriving with much needed muffin cups. And they're cute colors too. Yay. One of the things I forgot to get. Okay, before you forget anything, before we forget and we do anything else, we are going to preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, or it's about 190 degrees Celsius. So do that. All right, awesome. So we've got that started. So what we're gonna do first is, oh, actually I need a large bowl. This is my smaller bowl. We're going to combine all of our dry ingredients into the larger bowl. Got my measuring cups here. Set those off to the side. Let's see, start with 2 cups of flour. Okay. So it wasn't rosemary specifically that doctors would use in masks, but just spices in general. Ooh, hello. Hey, Dad. Match grade, I believe. Is my father correct? If it's not, that's just going to sound really weird. All right, 1 cup of flour. 2nd cup of flour. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they probably would have filled the plague masks with rosemary or other spices or like a different kind of flour. Okay. Oh, that's super cool. Super cool. You know, I did actually do. All right, okay. Focus. 2 cups of flour. All right. Next, we've got salt, baking powder. So let's see. So we need 2. Oh, sorry. So the 2 cups of flour, that's about 240 grams. And then we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt, which is about 2.5 grams. I'm getting like so good at remembering to put these into metric. I'm very proud of myself. Okay, so, oh wait, I think I just did there we go. Okay, the other thing is too, so I have my butter sitting out already just to get a little softened because we need it like softened or melted for this recipe. So you want to do that ahead of time too. That's kind of one of those like early step, preheat the oven, set out the butter things. So that's salt. Next, we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm so cultured with my metric system. Ooh, thank you, Kyle. Yes, I feel like, yes, très européen with my metric system. Ooh. All right, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So there's 1. There's 2. And as I've mentioned before, I always put the recipes in the descriptions. So all this information will be able to be seen later. So you can use it. You can make the recipe yourself at another time. Okay, let me just double check. Okay, so we've so far got our flour, our salt, our baking powder. I'm just going to mix these up just a little bit. I love that my bowl matches my apron. I'm so matchy. I really love matching. Like matching brings me joy. Just like friends of mine not matching brings them joy. Whatever floats your boat. All right, so we've mixed up. So I've got the dry ingredients all mixed up here. I'm going to set this off to the side, and now we're going to handle our wet ingredients. So we're leaving that be for the moment. I'm going to grab my small bowl. And okay, so the first thing we want to do in the small bowl. So one thing I have done with this recipe before is I've used coconut oil. So if like you don't want to use butter and you want like maybe a little bit of like I don't know, maybe healthier option. I don't know. Is coconut milk like or coconut oil like is that really healthier? I don't have the answer to that, but I feel like I have heard that, but I don't know. I feel suspicious about that. I really like butter myself. Personal preference. So, but I have used coconut oil in this recipe before, and I felt like it the muffins did stay very moist for like a long period of time, which I really liked. But for today, I'm going to use butter. So either way, if you want to use coconut oil, you definitely need to melt it. That's you're not going to be able to just kind of soften it into the recipe. Now with butter here, I'm going to just put it in a little bowl. I'm going to put it in the microwave on defrost. So that's like a little bit of a lower temperature because we want it to just get a little more softened, but not like completely liquid. I'm going to do that. All right, so I've got that defrosting for a minute. Let's see. We're gonna need the sugar, vanilla, milk, and eggs next. So I'm gonna get the milk and the eggs out of the fridge. All right, oven's heating up. So I really like to use non-dairy milk. That's a personal preference. You can use regular milk. Okay, butter still needs a little more time. So what we're gonna do, once we get the butter out of there, what we're gonna do is kind of cream the butter into the sugar before we add any other ingredients. And the amount of sugar we're gonna need, let's see here. It's 1 1/4 cup or about 250 grams of white sugar. Okay, see how the butter's doing. Grab the sugar. Remember back in the day when I first started streaming and I would forget to remember my apron. Oh, those good old days, back on episode 1. I know. I put my apron on so early today. It was like only 5 minutes into the stream, really. All right, so I'm defrosting the butter a little bit more. One thing we can do right too is add our cute little cups, cute little baker cups. Now you don't have to use these. I mean, you definitely just, you could use cooking oil spray if you want to, but these are so cute. They're so cute. Why wouldn't you want to use them? And you take them out. It's so easy. I do this thing where I really like to do like different colors too. Like I can't just like make it simple and use like all orange cups. I have to layer them in different colors. just to keep life interesting. I mean, come on. I have to like provide my own entertainment here. So yeah. I also at home I have so many different colors of these. So many. It's ridiculous. Okay, see? That's what I mean. A rainbow, a blend of colors. They can't be just one. Can't be just one. What fun would that be? Oh my gosh. Okay. This butter is being very stubborn. Little Anna homemaker. Oh God. I mean, that is how it looks right now, right? Finally, we're getting melted butter. Okay. So my somewhat melted butter. So it is a little bit liquid, which I didn't necessarily want, but it's okay. It's just a little bit, and the rest is just softened. So the rest of the butter out of here. Okay, great. Set that off to the side. Then, so like I said, we want about 1 1/4 cup of sugar. There's 1 cup. And that's 250 grams. Before I forget to say. Now, we're going to leave our sugar out because we want that for later. We're going to sprinkle it on top for a nice little like crunchy top. Okay, so then I'm going to start mixing the butter and sugar together. We want like a nice, creamy, even mixture of butter and sugar. And like I said, you really want the butter to be softened, or if you wanted to use the coconut oil, yeah, want it to be really like liquidy. Coconut oil melts a lot faster than butter, so that is like one nice thing about using that. Also, it's been too long without a drink break. Is anyone else drinking anything fun today? This is a pear bubbly cider. It's so refreshing. Yes, so refreshing. Okay, great. So now we've got this. I'm going to show you the consistency of this. So see, it's like butter and sugar. Almost looks like it's like kind of crystallized or something, but it's totally mixed in. So what we want to do then, add the vanilla. So we need 1/2 teaspoon or 2.5 milliliters of vanilla. Oh, Kyle, you're drinking cider too? Nice. It's a cider kind of day. What kind of cider are you drinking? 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, of vanilla. Oh my gosh. That vanilla just went off the rails. Jumping right out of my hands. This is why I have to have a dishcloth around at all times. You never know. Okay. We need milk next. So like I said, you can definitely use regular milk if you would like to. But I'm going to use almond milk. That's just what I like to use. I don't eat a whole lot of dairy products usually. Just like, I guess, personal kind of health reasons. Now, these aren't vegan because they do have eggs in them. But I try to avoid using a lot of just regular milk, but it would be delicious with milk, I am sure. All right, 1/2 cup of milk, and that was, let me see, 120 milliliters. And then for the last of the wet ingredients, we need 2 eggs. Okay. So I'll just crack them right on the side of my bowl. And set the shells off to the side. Manette, hi. Cheers. Manette got some very exciting news today. Her boss is awesome and loves her. So cheers to Manette, everyone. Ooh, and Kyle, it's a dry cider. Ooh, okay. Local cider from Nashville, Tennessee. Oh my God, it's been so long since I was there. So long. Like 10 years. 10 years. It's a dry cider hitting the spot. Needs a pairing. Oh, yes, I know. I wish if there could just be like, you know, almost like a Star Trek, like beaming thing. That was like anybody who wants to make that, any scientist, anyone I know who would like to make some kind of like beaming device where I can just send everyone who tunes in, you know, one of what I make. I'll be ready to do that because I should not have been left alone with all those brownies. No. From episode 2. Okay, cool. So mixing this together, all the wet ingredients. Awesome. So then, okay, so we've got our dry ingredients off to the side. We're going to just pour in all the wet ingredients here. Mix everything in really well. And then we'll be able to start adding in the peaches. And then the rosemary. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Isn't there a Muffin Express? Oh, you know what? There should be. Oh, all right, so just mixing in all the wet and dry ingredients. Now, I have definitely said this before, but I am a tinkerer with recipes, with anything really. So I completely leave it within my right to always be like, it needs more sugar, it needs more flour, it needs more this. But that's why you taste your batter. Like, it's so important. You have to, because you never know like what else the recipe might need. And as I said at the beginning of the stream, this is my first time trying this recipe. So, I mean, fingers crossed. I'm really, tis a possible disaster, but I don't know. I'm feeling good about it. She said with a grimace. Okay, perfect. So it's all mixed like really nicely now. We're not seeing any like separation. Manette. Oh my gosh. Okay. So peach time. Oh, actually, I'm going to try the batter just a little bit right now. See how it's doing. Oh my God. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. All right. So, okay, we want about 2 cups of, let me see here. Anything, just double checking nothing I missed. 2 cups of the peaches. Now, it looked like that was about 300 grams. Okay, I already like chopped this all up, so I've just kind of got it all in my container. Cool. So we're going to gently fold the peaches in. Don't want to like, you know, stomp them, crush them too much. Wow, this is a very, these are going to be some peachy muffins. Peachy. Very excited. Again, best part of baking, snacking while you bake. All right, so I'm folding, just kind of, here you go, gently folding in the peach slices into the diced kind of small peach chunks into the batter. Then I've got about 1 tablespoon of finely chopped rosemary, and that came out to about 3.5 grams. So from here, try to make sure there's no like chunks or anything. Just kind of sprinkle it in. Make sure there's not any really big pieces in there. It's all big ones, so. Okay, so just sprinkling in the rosemary, and we will also gently fold this in once we sprinkle the tablespoon. Okay, sip of a drink, because why not? All right, so, and just gently folding in the rosemary. We don't want any clumping together. We don't want any chunks. We want it to be evenly through the batter. All right, this is looking about good. So I'm gonna do one more taste test before we start scooping it into our little like muffin holders. So yummy. Yes, so excited. Okay, great. So, let's see here. Eggs away. We've got our oven preheating. That's looking good. Okay, we've got our muffin tray here. Just move a few things out of the way. When you bake, I mean, when you cook too, I feel like you just need like so much space. It's like, move out of the way. It's just like all the things. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna get a spoon rather than a spatula, actually. Just because I feel like I will be able to see a little bit more how much I'm scooping into each muffin container. So at this point, whoop, just taking a scoop, plopping it carefully, gently into, yeah, see, already like jumping ship. Into each muffin holder here. You try to get them even. You know, you can kind of start with like smaller scoops and then go around and even them up afterwards. That's what I do. But I get a little anal about it though, for real. Like I get very particular. I'm like, oh man, they don't look even. Don't you take some from this one and put it into that one? You don't have to get that crazy with it. Oh, I can see all the like really nice like rosemary chunks in it too. Oh, that's great. The batter is also like a really nice consistency. Like you can see it's like really sticking together and kind of like glopping together well, but it's but it's easy to work with. It's not like impossible. You don't want the batter like too thick. If it was maybe like, maybe if I added a little extra milk by accident or something, or it seemed like a little runnier than this, You can always just kind of add like a scoop of flour just to kind of help a recipe out. I tend to do that a lot with like, you know, when I make like scones or, you know, like batters that just don't like look, you know, maybe quite right. Sometimes I'm like, all right, they need like a tiny bit more flour, a tiny bit more this or that. Hitting the camera. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a runaway muffin chunk for sure. I think it fell back in the bowl though. Got lucky. Got lucky. Okay. All right. Whoa. Jeez. Okay, so. You know, if there are any little like chunks you dropped, I mean, what you gonna do? You gotta eat it. Man down, man down. I know. I thought that like muffin chunk went somewhere, but I think I got lucky somehow and it just fell right back into the bowl because I thought I heard a thud, but I don't see it anywhere. I don't know. I don't know. We're just gonna let that one slide. Someday, years from now. No, you're fine. Batter on the kitchen floor, buried somehow. No. Okay. All right. So I'm just adding a little bit more to all the like existing muffin cups. Because we had, you know, usually, so I only have one muffin pan here. But usually I would say this recipe makes like maybe a little closer to like 15 muffins. But I think I'm just going to make like 12 big ones because I don't have a second muffin pan here at my grandmother's. Whereas I do, like, I have a couple of them at home. Sometimes, you know, I will use this, like a recipe like this too, and be like, heck, I'm going to just try making like, you know, if I have enough batter left after I make like, after I put 12 muffins in, I'll be like, ooh, you know what? I'm going to just try a little loaf of bread. And you just put in like a little bread pan. And that's cool too. Like, you know, why not? All right, very close to being ready to put these in the oven here. Again, I'm doing that thing where I'm looking at every single one and being like, does it look even? Does this look the same as the other one? Does it matter? Probably not. To anyone else but me? No. I don't know. Laura's a baker. I feel like she knows what I'm talking about. I'm looking at all these being like, oh, do they look like they're going to be okay? Okay, cool. Calling it a day. All right, so here we go. They're all ready. We're going to sprinkle the tops with some sugar. We're done. Then I'm going to wash my hands. I've been eating tons of batter this whole time. Because you have to. Come on, you have to. Half the fun of baking. The reward of baking. Yes, see, I was correct. Laura, who is another wonderful baker, said that she also gets very concerned that muffins are resting safely in their little muffin beds. It's not just me. Okay, perfect. So I just took like a little bit of sugar and sprinkled the top, not too much. You know, these muffins are already going to be quite sweet, but just a little crystal top, you know, it's kind of nice. Nice touch, see? All right, these are ready to go in the oven. so excited. This is totally my first time baking with Rosemary. Fingers crossed. I'm really, really, really hopeful this turns out well because I was really excited about it. I'm going to set an alarm. Okay, so I have listed that I'm going to bake these for, again, new recipe, kind of taking a guess here. I think I'm going to bake them for about 20 minutes, but I'm going to set an alarm in 10. Just to check, you know, it's like you get nervous and you have to check on them. Gotta make sure everything's going okay. Your little muffin baby. All right, so let me get a few things out of the way here. All the accoutrement for the recipe. Okay, set the rest of the cider. Well, happy Friday, everyone. Oh, muffins are in the oven. Now it's just a matter of waiting. Nothing else we can do. They're in God's hands. So it's time to just sip our drinks and hope for the best. So I still have a ton of rosemary left because I, like, as I said in the beginning of the episode, I had no idea how potent rosemary was going to be. Like, I didn't have a clue. And, you know, I didn't realize it'd be like, oh no, we're just using 1 tablespoon for an entire baking recipe. So I was kind of looking around for another fun way to use up some rosemary. There is a drink that I had in mind. So I did try this out ahead of time because I was a little like, I don't know, this could work, but it could totally be weird too. I think it works. So I'm going to grab the ingredients for it. Okay, finish up. Cider. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this tea is. This hibiscus tea. Oh my gosh, it's just so vibrant. I love it. Love it. All right, so awesome. Okay, so what we are going to do next is, so I have called this a rosemary and hibiscus tumbler. I'm really excited about it. So it's drink making time. Hibiscus is great. Yeah, I know. I got this hibiscus tea. Yeah, like as I said, it's just so beautiful. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. So I brewed this ahead of time, and I have it chilled. I don't think that this sounds good as a hot drink, but I could be totally wrong. I think I'm not a big fan of hot teas myself, except for like in the winter when it's actually like really cold. It's July. I do not want to drink a hot tea right now. So I brewed it ahead of time and chilled it. You know, you can do whatever you want. And we've got our shaker set. My mason jar with a nice tight lid. Best time of day. Drink time. Yes. I couldn't agree more. From that very excited reaction. It's drink time. All right. So, all right. Now what I have is, so I have a Canadian whiskey here. I have Crown. I thought this would also be great with bourbon. Now I just didn't have any bourbon around. I kind of wanted to try it with the whiskey I already had, but whiskey or bourbon, I feel like would be like a great base for this drink. So we've got our shaker. I've got my measurer here. So the bigger section is a shot's worth. It's 1.5 ounces. The bottom is 3/4 of an ounce. So 1 shot's worth of whiskey. So the top bigger one. So that's what I want to start with. All right, got it poured in there. Oh, wait, no, that's not the lid I wanted. Oh, the crown lid. So, got our whiskey. Then, so this is the homemade simple syrup I made. I made this a couple weeks ago. It's stayed very nice. It's been perfect for drinks. I actually just recorded a video I'm going to be posting on my channel. So it's going to be like a little bit of a shorter video that you can just watch like really quickly for instructions on things on how to make your own simple syrup. And I also talked about how to make an infused simple syrup, and I made a homemade peach infused simple syrup because it's peach season, so it's peaches all day, every day right now. But I will be posting that soon. So if you want to make your own simple syrup, it's so easy, and it just like really, really adds to drinks, in my opinion. So, okay, so we're using 3/4 of a ounce of simple syrup. Okay, I'm gonna have to make some more too. I've got hardly any left. I do like things on the sweeter side. I'm a total sweets person. Yeah. And otherwise, this drink would be quite strong and tart without like a little bit of sweetness, in my opinion. Oh, I just got like a, oh my God, my muffins. I have to check on them, but I set a timer. This is why I set the timer. All right, so our hibiscus tea, again, I'm using cold tea. We're gonna do another, just kind of keep it simple and easily measurable, a shot's worth. So 1.5 ounce. Then from here, we want to take a bit of rosemary. So I just took about half of a sprig of rosemary and pop it in to our mixer, our shaker. Because we want to, yes, I'm so excited. It smells so good. So then this is the cup we're going to use. We want to get some ice. We're going to pour it over ice. I also still want to shake it up with an ice cube though, because it just helps like kind of break everything up and just like infuse the flavor. So we need a few ice cubes for this one. I'm going to pop like 2 ice cubes into my kind of smaller, 1 ice cube into the shaker set. Yeah, I just love these cups. They're so pretty and they're like all like iridescent, but you could definitely pour this over a bigger cup of ice as well. So great. So we've got our whiskey or bourbon, simple syrup, hibiscus tea, and then fresh sprig of rosemary. I'm gonna shake it up. And it looks so pretty. It's like an armor gout. Okay, awesome. So it's all frothy, it's all mixed up. It smells so strong. I mean, this is such an interesting mix. I mean, I liked it, but it's definitely might not be oh my God. It might not be everybody's cup of tea. God, that sounded so like such a pun because, you know, there's hibiscus tea in it. So you need a strainer for this because now with the dill, I was like, oh, pour it on in the drink. Who cares if you get a little bit in your mouth? Like, oh, it's delicious. You want the chunks. Who cares? Not with the rosemary. You don't want to be like munching on rosemary. Thank you for appreciating. Thank you, chat, for appreciating the terrible joke. All right, so I'm gonna strain this time, just to make sure we don't get those rosemary chunks because it's really, really not what we wanted. Not what we want in our day. So, all right. So from here, we can take the rest of our like fresh rosemary sprig And we want to add a little bit just to the drink. Let me see here. Looks like a nice amount. Oh, and club soda. Top with a little bit of club soda. I just love the like a little bit of effervescence in my drinks. Again, maybe that's just a me thing. So it's just a tiny bit on the top, or maybe a little bit more. If you're pouring this in like a bigger cup than I have. What's my timer? Okay, hold on. Hold on, muffins. We're finishing the drink here. All right, I'm going to repeat it for another 10 minutes, and then I will check on the muffins in just 1 second. They'll be safe. It'll be okay. So I have the drink. I poured a little bit of club soda. I put my rosemary sprig on it. Oof. All right, I'm going to tilt the camera down so you can see. It is such a beautiful drink. Like it's, oh God, it's really, really beautiful. Yeah. Yum. If you are not a sweets person, I would say you're going to want to add less simple syrup. You're going to want to add like 1/2 ounce of simple syrup rather than 3/4 ounce. This is my first time trying it with 3/4. But if you like hibiscus, man, it's such an interesting drink, and it's just so pretty. So pretty. Okay, all right. Enough talk about the drink. Let's check on the muffins. Ooh, all right. They're looking good. They are looking good. Okay. I am turning the oven up just a tiny bit because I know this oven, and it tends to not heat up quite as well as maybe like a newer oven. So I'm doing that just because of that. So I've got it set for another 10 minutes. They definitely needed some more time. They were so very, very like moist on the top. Sorry, hold on. Just adjusting the camera here. Okay, but now we can sip our cocktail. Yeah. Oh, I know. Isn't the color of this cocktail just so pretty? If you're a tea person, if you like hibiscus, I mean, and the rosemary, like, I think you really need to shake the drink with the rosemary because that's really what gets it into the flavor. Like, having the rosemary on top like this, it's really pretty. Like that's such a nice touch, but it's not getting into the flavor. And that's why you really need, like, you do need to shake it up with an ice cube and shake it with the herb and then really like strain it. So this is a time where having just like a normal shaker set would definitely like come in handy because then you just have that strainer. But it's okay. It's all right. We used a little strainer thing here. It all worked out. Okay. All right. And we've got, about 7 more minutes on the muffin. Has anyone else tried any other drinks with rosemary that they really like? I can't think of any. I couldn't think of any other rosemary drinks. And I really wanted to try whiskey or bourbon because I think I've just been drinking, I've started liking gin, and then that's all I drink now. It's like, oh my God, it's just like gin every day because it's so refreshing. I didn't know I liked it. Oh, a gin fizz with rosemary? Yeah. Because I was seeing a lot of rosemary and lemon combined together. And for some reason, I just got it in my head. Like, I don't know where I came up with the idea that I wanted hibiscus and rosemary. I have no idea. But I actually do think it works out quite well. It's quite good. Quite good. And if you wanted to make something like, I'm thinking of like something like a hot toddy, but you did, like a little bit of hot water and then like bourbon and hibiscus and rosemary, like that, and honey. I feel like that could work in the wintertime, not when it's July and it's so hot. Oh, yes, I'm becoming a gin drinker. Oh, I've grown so much. I feel like this is, yeah, that this is part of getting older. I mean, oh my gosh, yeah, my birthday is in 12 days, so I'm super excited. I love birthdays. Um, so perhaps, me becoming a gin drinker is really just the sign of maturity. I'm gonna be turning 29. So I'm kind of gonna be close to 30. That's kind of crazy. But yes, I'm a mature gin drinker now. Oh, yeah. Okay, so rosemary and gin, it's like usually with some kind of citrus. Yeah. I wonder if you could, I wonder if something would work like that with like blood orange. Like blood orange, and rosemary and gin. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe. I might need another rosemary episode because this just like, you know, feels like it isn't enough. Wasn't enough. I still have. I'm gonna have to be like for the next couple weeks. Like, look at this. Look, this is how much rosemary I have left. I was like, well, okay. I only needed a tiny bit for what I made because it's just so potent. Or maybe I'll use it just as incense, like freshen up the house. Um, as we were saying earlier, apparently like when the plague was going on, doctors would put like herbs like rosemary or flowers in their masks to keep them like fresh and smelling good. Ooh, with grapefruit. Yeah, 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 yeah. Rosemary and grapefruit and gin. It'd be great. Be great. Okay, so we've just got a few more minutes on the muffins here. I'd like to do a shout out. I've been chatting with a lot of my like friends or people I connect with, um, just about like what are other people doing? What are other people like creating? I think with a lot of people still in quarantine and the world is like so interesting and kind of crazy right now in a lot of ways that like a lot of people are being led to like create something or do something or like stream or it's just like it's good to connect with like groups of people and I guess thank God for the internet because that's how it's kind of happening right now. But so I've been chatting with like my friends about like just different projects they have going on. I think it wasn't last episode, it wasn't episode 3, but it was episode 2. I shouted out a couple local businesses and a local artist in Williamsport who just like have great stuff, do great work. And I love being able to do that. So I've been chatting with some friends about like, what are you guys doing? Is there anything I can like kind of promote or shout out for people? And so one of my friends, Daniel, is a Twitch streamer. And I love Twitch. Twitch is like really great for like music and games and art. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like a great like kind of cooking like vibe. I don't think so. I'm not on Twitch, but I'm watching people on Twitch all the time because it's really, really fun. So anyway, so my friend Daniel is a Twitch streamer. And I've got notes here because I am not a gamer. I am not a video gamer, but I know a lot of my friends are. So he has a channel. I'm going to be including all of the information in the description of this video about his about his Twitch channel and like the days he streams and kind of what he's doing on there. But he generally streams like Tuesday through Saturday. He has like a retro gaming stream on Twitch. So it's for games like Need for Speed and Grand Theft Auto. So he's playing games on the like original hardware or official backwards compatibility emulation. I wrote that down because I was like, I don't know what that means, but it sounds really important. So, so if any of you guys are into gaming or like watching that on Twitch, or like kind of watching gaming streams, it just like sounds fun or something you want to check out. He's a friend of mine. He's from Philly. He's streaming a couple times a week, and you should definitely check out his Twitch stream. So I will be posting all that info on like how to find him, how to follow his channel, in the description. I will be watching a few of his games too, even though I don't game and I don't have any like consoles or anything, but it's fun to watch. Like it's fun to watch. I mean, I will play some Mario Kart. Oh my gosh. And when Animal Crossing came out and everybody was playing it, I got to like have a little person and build things. I don't know. It was kind of fun. I thought it was kind of fun, even not being a gamer. But okay. So, anyway, so that's my shout out for the week. I'll be putting all that information in the description. For now, it sounds like the muffins are close to being done. So, I guess we got to check on them. They smell good too. I can like smell them. Oh my gosh. They look so pretty. Okay. I'm gonna tilt the camera down just so you can see. I put it two-handed. Oh my gosh. Ugh, this is the hardest part too. It's like when you have these gloves on, you're trying to take them out without actually touching the muffins, because when you touch the muffins, it makes them fall. Oh my god, they look so pretty. And the peach, oh my gosh, and the sugar on top, I just have to show them off. I have to. They smell so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have to take one out right now because if I'm gonna eat it on the stream, like, I mean, you can't eat like muffins or cookies for like a bit because they have to like cool down. That is a thing. That is a thing. I want everyone to know that I basically burnt my mouth on episode 2 to try the brownies for all of you to see. Now, they were delicious brownies, but they were extremely, extremely hot. So Daniel says he's still scoping out a Switch. Oh, right. I forgot Animal Crossing's on Switch. This is how much I know. Now, see, if we want to talk about like board games or Dungeons and Dragons, that's like, I can talk about those. I'm into that nerdy stuff, but yeah, video games just never. Actually, you know what? I did have a PlayStation, like an original, like a PlayStation 1, just PlayStation. When I was younger, and I used to play this Toy Story game and Spyro the Dragon game. And I was very good at them, but they were the only two, because there was only 2 games I had for like one summer. Oh yeah, Dungeons and Dragons is fun. Thank you, Laura. I know they look amazing. I better take one out. Hold on. Let me see how I want to do this. I don't usually touch them, you know, and I hadn't thought this through. I don't normally touch them until they've cooled off. Okay, let me see if I can. Ooh, yes, so hot. Okay, just needed to take it. I'm gonna let it sit right there for a minute and cool off before I try. It was very, very hot. Oh my god. Now the great sign that they're done is they're a tiny bit golden brown on the outside. They're really nice and puffed up. You can see the batter is a little cracked. Let me actually hold on. Let me bring them a little closer just so you can see what I'm talking about here. So, great way to tell that your muffins are done. You can see that little bit of golden brown on the outside. You can see a little bit cracked on the top. The sugar's some of the sugar is crystallized. And you want to kind of just be on the lookout for if they still look a little like moist and gooey on at the center. and they don't. They're all looking like very nicely crystallized and puffed up, hardened on the outside there. Okay, let's see. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, still a little hot. Oh my God, it smells really good though. Okay, I'm gonna let that just cool. I'm pulling a little paper off the sides so it can see, so it can cool. I'm gonna let that cool for a couple of seconds. I'm gonna adjust the camera back up here a bit, sip my drink, chat with all of you for a moment, and then we're all wrapped up. So you have to give it a couple seconds. We have to try the recipe before we're done. Yes, Dungeons and Dragons is fun. Ooh, Kyle, a highlighted reel of all the disasters, including the brownie mishap. Ooh, that would be fun. Oh my gosh, a highlight reel of all the. Ooh, wait. I mean, we're only on episode 4, so there haven't been too many disasters yet. But on the highlighted reel would absolutely have to be the moment where I'm about to open the champagne bottle, and the whole chat was like, no, we can't watch. We can't do this. But then it was fine. But that was fine. Nobody died. Everything was okay. But then I spilled the champagne all over myself. Not because I opened it poorly, but because I literally just didn't like pour the champagne in the correct way. You know, so that's got to make it on the highlight reel. Definitely. So I just so soon on the channel, I'm gonna be coming out with kind of smaller, short, compact videos of all the drinks I'm making. So that's why I'm not including them in the descriptions at this time, because I'm gonna come out with like smaller videos on just how do you make each drink kind of quickly. But it takes like time to film that and then edit that and whatever. So that's what I've been working on recently. So I filmed the peach infused French 75 drink from that episode with the champagne and the brownies. And that was still only my second time opening a bottle of champagne. So I was like, actually, I'm still very nervous to do this. And it went totally fine. So I think I've got the hang of it now. I think I know what I'm doing now. But it still totally freaked me out. But anyway, so those videos will be to come. I will do one of this one for sure as well. This one is just so like, it's so like herbaceous. It's just got such like interesting flavors. It's really, it doesn't taste like I'm drinking alcohol at all. I mean, that's for sure. Really tastes like some kind of rosemary infused tea with like add a little bit of sugar or something. Yeah. Oh yes, Spyro is great. That was such a Spyro the Dragon. That was such a cute game. Yeah, I know, right? For like the 2 games I had, that's pretty good. Toy Story and Spyro. Oh my gosh. Think of me and my disaster moment every time you open champagne. Hey, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Might make a whole thing soon. Wait, Daniel, what are you gonna make? You have coconut rum. Okay, but what do you have to mix it with? Coconut rum. I love me some coconut rum. You could if you got mint and lime and some seltzer, some lime flavored seltzer, that's like a great mojito right there. I also though, I mean like, okay, for real, like if you're just keeping it simple, like coconut rum and Coke is delicious. Or coconut rum and just like Sprite or some lime. That's really good too. Yeah. Yeah. I really love a coconut rum mojito. That's actually like, if I'm making mojito, that's one of my favorites. So I'll use some fresh lime juice, a lime flavored seltzer, the coconut rum, and then fresh mint. Bam. So good. It's so good. And you can shake it up, but you don't have to. You can even just kind of like put it on a glass, stir it around, bam. Mint's like, as long as you kind of, you want to, you don't want to chop up the mint, but you want to like, I will take leaves of mint and take the, just kind of the butt of like a knife and literally just kind of crack it down on the mint just so the flavor can start like getting into the drink. Really, really good. Yeah, you need some fresh herbs for plague masks. Exactly. Okay. All right, everyone. So this is, it's cooled down and I think I can eat it now. I think I can. I think so. All right. So, oh, yes. Oh my gosh, look. Look at the peach. It's so pretty. Oh my God. Ooh. Okay. It's still so hot. I'm like, ah. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I feel like I just went so quiet there, but like these are so good. I'm just like, that's what's happening on the inside of my brain. But I just realized I was totally quiet. Oh my God. Mm, mm. Wow. Okay, now I'm going to say a possibly controversial thing here. I would have added more rosemary. I would add more rosemary next time. Maybe 1.5 tablespoons. Not like I wouldn't double the amount of rosemary, like that would be too much. But another like solid, at least one more. I did 1 tablespoon of rosemary. And I would say I would do at least 1 more teaspoon of rosemary. So I will add that to the description. But I mean, it has a great rosemary smell and a very light rosemary flavor in the muffin. And with the peaches, I mean, it's great. It's really great still. Yeah, I'm like, but I can't resist. It's right here. It's so delicious. But I would probably say a little more rosemary. Now that's just me though. I think it'd be great just with 1 tablespoon too. If you just want like something light, but man, the fresh peach, it's a great amount of peach. You can see like really nice peach chunks in there. But definitely a little more rosemary, but oh my gosh. And the sugar on top too, how it like, can see how the sugar is just like crystallized on top. Wow. It's so good. Wow. Yay. Disaster avoided. Da, da, da. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. So yes, thank you so much for everybody who's been tuning in live. Like I said, I feel like it usually takes a solid couple of hours to just for the live videos to upload on YouTube. And I can't control that at all. But the description will have the recipe information. Now, if ever like you're like, I want to make this right away, you can absolutely email me. My Instagram is linked to my page as well. You can totally email me and ask me for a recipe. I have no problem sending that right over. If you're like, I want to make this right away. So that's great. If any of you make this recipe, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear feedback. Like I said, I will add that little bit of information, probably to add a little more rosemary than I did because I was being cautious. I was being quite cautious. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. if you like, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the drinks or the recipes, please like the video, subscribe to my channel. I am trying to stream about every week, and hopefully these like shorter videos will be coming out soon too with drinks. So thank you so much, guys. Yeah, you definitely need to go get some fresh herbs. Oh, yes. Make these muffins this weekend. They're so good. Go get fresh peaches somewhere. Oh. All right. Thank you guys so much. I will see you all again soon. Bye. Oh, cheers. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Oh. Go get some fresh peaches, bake some awesome stuff with them. Okay, bye.